Hi there, my name is Karina Andrews. I'm a woodblock printmaker here in Astoria. If you tuned into my video last year, I was very pregnant, so this is the result of that. So today I'm going to take you through the process of creating one of my prints, this print here, which is actually still a work in progress, I've decided. So I'm going to take you through the process of sketching it out, transferring it, and then finally printing it. So it's time for a nap, and I will take you through my process here. Thanks for tuning in. When creating a woodblock print, I always begin by sketching out what I want the final image to look like ahead of time. So for the first one, I'm going to have a block that is just the sky and the water. For the second one, it is going to be the clouds here that are going to be a translucent color. And then this third block here is going to be the trees here to the shoreline. And then the fourth block is going to be the trees all the way down to the reflection here in the water. And so once I've got that all documented, I will take a piece of transfer paper, lay that down over the image, and I will trace that image onto the transfer paper, which I've already done. And then when I'm ready to go transfer that, I'm going to take my Kento registration board here, and I will put my block in the Kento registration board that I'm going to use for printing. Then I'm going to lay that down, make sure that that lines up correctly. And I have a piece of red carbon paper that I've had for quite a while, but if you get the good stuff, it can be reused over and over again. And I will slip that down underneath that and take my pencil, and I will trace out the different areas that need to remain on the blocks. These are actually thick enough Sheena plywood that I can use the other side as well. So then I will go through that process on each of my 4 blocks, and we will have an outline that we will then trace. What I'm going to do is for each one of these blocks, so for each one of these 4 pieces, I am going to take my knife tool, and this is a 3 millimeter knife. And I am going to get real close to it and on my board, not up in the air. I'm going to take the knife and I am going to carve on the outside of the red line. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bullnose chisel and I am going to slowly carve away little bit by little bit. And then for the larger areas here, I have a U-gouge tool, various sizes, or a larger bullnose chisel. So now we have our 4 blocks carved and ready to print. The first block that I wanted to print is my sky and my water block. And so I wanted to do a gradient effect for the sky. And so in order to do that, I've mixed up some different inks separately and I've laid them out on my palette here. But in order to create a gradient or a rainbow roll is what it's called, I'm going to draw these colors down. I start bringing them down, but I'm going to run the brayer along the block in that same direction in order to create that gradient. So I've got my second block inked up, block in there, and then I've got my original test print here. I am going to line this up, one corner, the other corner. So this is what has come out. And if we pull it off the block, we now have the mountain visible. Block 3 about to go down. I've placed it again, same way, in the Kento registration board. And it looks like there's a little bit of a gap there. I think I'll run it through on another one of the test prints that I've done just to make sure that I hadn't, placed it just a little bit off. Running the final block, placed it again. There she is, the final proof on newsprint. And then when I print it on, so I've just run my final print on nice paper versus the newsprint that we have here. But all in all, I'm generally pretty happy with the artist proof.